But get up in that. Get up in it.
Okay, how about now?
That's better. That's a little better.
I could speak up too.
Yeah. Move into it like you're telling it a secret. I like you guys already. This is going to be really fun. There's something about the Beacon Hotel that draws you in. Maybe it's the history. Maybe it's the haunt. Or maybe it's the people who've poured their hearts into keeping this Butler County landmark alive. In this first part of my Beacon Hotel Halloween special, I sat down with Nick, Roni, and Jamie, 3 of the creative minds behind The Haunt. Nick, part of the family that's owned the Beacon for generations, shared something that really stood out to me. His pride in being part of this community. Because yes, The Haunt is incredible, but it's just one of the many reasons people are drawn to Butler County. From Wingfest to pool leagues and live events, the Beacon is more than just a bar or a haunted house. It's a gathering place, a tradition, and a piece of local soul that continues to bring people together year after year. So grab a drink, turn down the lights, and settle in as we step behind the scenes of the Beacon Hotel's famous haunt. This is going to be really fun. What room is this technically that we're sitting in right now?
So this is the original construction. So this is the back dining rooms is what we call it, but this would have been the original part of the building.
Okay. How many parts are there multiple parts of the building? Have you done a lot of additions?
Yeah, so this would have been originally built in the 19-teens by my great-grandfather. So this was the original part. The kitchen and everything else was added on in the 60s.
Cool.
Yeah, so it's been expanded. This is 3 stories high here.
This part that we're sitting in.
Mm-hmm.
I love this room. I've been in this room before at private parties. You have a lot of private parties in this room.
Yeah.
So we're at the Beacon Hotel. I don't even know what this road is. What is this road on?
It's Beacon Road.
It's Beacon Road. Wow. Laura, I'm just ding. I'm really winning today. I tell you what, I'm super. It's Monday. And it's a Monday. All right. I am sitting here today with Jamie, Nick, and Roni. And I want you all to tell me who you are in relation to this family legacy that's happening here at the Beacon Hotel and Restaurant and Haunt.
You want to start? You're the family.
Sure. So it'd be my great-grandfather started it years ago. So I'm 4th generation owner with my mom and my dad. And my son runs around here. He's 5th generation. He's 2 years old. He kind of acts like he owns the place, but,
Yeah, most 2-year-olds do, don't they?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you're Nick.
Yep.
Nick.
Yep. So I'm the 3rd. I'm named after my uncle and my grandfather. Nicholas Thomas has always been a family name passed down. So.
Very cool. Let's go to Roni next.
So I've been friends with the family for 25 years.
Get a little closer for me, Roni. Get up in it. Yep.
I'm getting there.
Get in it.
I've been friends with the family for 25 years, started out as a customer, and then we became really good friends, and Deborah and I are best of friends, and Deborah is Nick's mother. And my kids all grew up here, all grew up working the haunt, working in the kitchen, busing, just had jobs here all the way through high school. And
yeah, they still are. I mean, Dalton was just here Saturday working security, her son Dalton.
Yeah.
And Jesse and Cody had a lot to do with the haunted house as always. So, they've been very involved for years and years.
For
and
years.
yeah,
And
most
I
of
was
their lives.
And I was asking Jamie this earlier. He's been a part of the haunt and the maze and everything at Halloween time for 16 years, you said. But
Correct.
How long has it been going on total though? Like about 25?
It's 25, yes.
25. Okay.
Yeah.
Jamie, tell us who you are.
Same thing as Roni. I've been family friend for about 25 years. Started off customer, and 2 years in, I got on their in-house pool league, and then I got involved with the haunt later on.
He drank the Kool-Aid.
He drank the Kool-Aid. Is it grape? I'll drink some if it's grape.
I don't know. Ask them.
Oh my gosh. I love that we're talking about Kool-Aid. I don't know. I'm really excited to sit here with you today. We have talked about ghosts. We have talked about the history of this place a little bit as I was setting up. You know, for someone who's never been here, how would you describe not only the Beacon Hotel, but what makes it so special to this community? But even outside of the haunt, there's so much that you do.
I think a lot of people like the history of the place. It's been here a very long time. It predates most things around here. You know, it's the Beacon because of the airport. It was the Beacon Light was here at the end. So whenever the airport was built, the bars showed up. You know, World War II, it predates World War II, it predates Prohibition. So it's very historic. I think a lot of people really get into that.
Yes, absolutely.
There are 8 hotel rooms still upstairs.
Yeah. Some of them still have, there's one that still has a pilot's uniform that's been sitting there since World War II.
Wow. Do you do tours of that or what? Nobody goes up there?
I mean,
you just kind of...
We do. Sometimes somebody will show somebody around up there.
Okay.
You know, I might take somebody on a tour.
Yeah.
Yes. There's definitely been some tours, but not really open to the public.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nothing really scheduled. The family that's still here, the ghosts, Nick decided he was done messing with them and did not want to disturb them any longer.
Yeah, out of respect. I
Exactly.
like that.
Yeah, no more
was-
investigators is what we kind of decided on.
Because you did do something like that. You did have paranormal investigators to confirm that there were ghosts here. Several. And you have a certificate to that point.
Several.
But I like that. I like that you're not making it into a thing to take up their space.
Right.
You're giving them that respect. I really appreciate that. I love that.
Yeah,
I'm not a ghost. Maybe someday I will be. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, they say they're protective spirits. So we just let them do their thing. And,
Yep.
you know, I mean, Jamie was here during the investigation as well. And, you know, there's a lot of stuff happened during that. So,
Yes. So the haunt first began, we talked about 25 years were you guys around then before you worked here? And do you remember, or Nick, can you talk to that point of remembering like when it first started?
I created their first haunt.
Okay. Tell me about it.
yeah, Roni definitely.
We started with just the corn maze, and it was just an idea.
Move in just a little bit more. Yep.
Sorry about that.
That's okay.
Started
That's
with a corn maze, and it was just a matter of getting a lot of people involved, and everybody had so much fun doing this because you got a chance to be creative, and it just exploded from there.
Yeah.
So we started with the first corn maze, and then the downstairs was the basement to the Beacon that had, gosh, how many years of things put down there?
We pulled
3
halves of
dumpsters.
tractors and halves of everything out of the basement. You know, I mean,
Wow. Yeah.
Unbelievable amounts of things. Took 3 full dumpsters to throw things away, and like Nick was saying, there was so many things that they took out and restored, and yeah, it was quite the excursion trying to get a haunted house set up down there. And ever since, for 24 years, downstairs has always been set up as a haunted house.
Okay. So I have to walk through that on Friday.
Oh, you'll love it.
it's
You
fun.
will love it.
I get excited. I get scared and excited. I laugh a lot sometimes.
And that's exactly what we're going for. The entertainment. I know that these guys, we call across the street, they work the field, and I do the haunted house with a friend of mine, Lynn Black. And collaboratively, we try to keep it family oriented so that little ones can go through. We don't do anything gory. The scares are fun. We get so many families.
Some gore in there.
Nick's making a little face at you there, Roni.
Like I was saying, the haunted house side. Well, we do. Then again, there's that baby doll
I
crematorium.
was about to say there's a baby doll
there's a
crematorium.
baby
That's
doll
exactly what I was going to
crematorium.
say. Like,
Yeah.
It's pretty gory.
Okay.
The babies, they go into the fire, but that's only one item.
Just babies going into
So I would
fire.
say it has been amped up a few notches over the last few years.
we have been taking some steps.
Some kids do fine with it and they laugh their way through it, but
Yeah.
other
Yeah.
kids, you know, they don't do well. But at the same time, you have a grown man, you know, in his 40s or 50s or 20s or whatever that's crying, you know.
Wow.
So you'll have a 4-year-old laughing at you and a 40-year-old crying. So, you know, it's all, you know, people ask what age group is appropriate. And I said, well, you got to know your kids, you know.
Yes, you do need.
That's-
I think that's part of it, knowing
that-
your kids.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So like I said, some kids are terrified, some kids laugh at it. it's funny. You know, sometimes the kids are laughing and the parents are crying. You know, 'cause
Yes.
Yeah. It's a mixed bag. It really is. It's people that you wouldn't expect to be scared. And then, like he was saying, we have so many kids that come through here. And I mean, kids, like 3 years old, walking around going,
what's the
"Oh,
youngest?
Look." Oh, was it 18 months came last
Yeah,
weekend?
yeah.
Or two
I mean,
weekends ago.
And I don't exactly recommend that, but I'm not going to tell anybody how to parent. But you know,
That's young, 18 months. Yeah, that's
I mean,
young.
I think,
Yeah.
They are just kind of wrapped up and they walk through with them. I don't think they're really like seeing much.
Okay.
You know?
Well, that's
So,
true. I guess
you
they're
know,
not.
at
They're
18,
probably like, whatever. Someone's carrying me, you know?
Yeah, no, my son wasn't scared of props much last year, but now this year he's 2.5, not 1.5, and now this year he's like kind of looking at the props and like, that's kind of creepy.
Yeah,
you know?
he's checking it out.
Yeah,
he's
last
like,
year he was
what's
totally
that?
numb to it.
Are you scared of the haunted house, Jamie?
No.
No?
I've been down there and I've had spirits around me before. That's for sure.
So a specific instance when that happened, like what was it? What was it like?
Just balls of lights going around me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, really?
Oh, yeah. We'll take videos. And like he's saying, the orbs, we'll catch orbs.
I was going to say orbs. You get orbs in videos a lot. I'll be
Yeah.
interested to see if there's any orbs in these videos.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, you never know.
You never know.
Quite possible.
It's quite possible. So what's your favorite part for each of you putting this together each year? I know you have a huge part in the maze, correct?
Correct. Yeah.
So talk about that a little bit. Now, I know we can't know your secrets to creating the maze because if you told everybody, everybody else would do it. But it's a long process. I mean, you guys close and then you said November 2nd, you're already planning for the next season. You're starting to plan.
That is correct.
So-
We'll start tossing ideas around. Come early spring, I try to rough in a rough draft of the maze. And I'll give it to Nick and his mom and dad, and they'll kind of look it over a little bit and make edits. And then, we start planting the corn in May, and it all evolves from there.
Yeah.
I know the ladies down in the haunted house, they're thinking about it. They're 2 years out on, they're planning ahead already.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, Jamie draws it every year. So he creates a picture that we transpose into the field, that's the trade secret part, is how we transpose it.
Yeah, we don't
Right.
need to know that.
But Jamie draws it. He's the mastermind behind it. So him and my dad and I, we go out there and we lay it out in the field.
Yeah.
So he brings something on paper and is like, hey, what do you guys think of this? And, we kind of sit down and do a little change here, a little change there. And,
Right.
How long does it take to install? Like once all that's done and you're like, okay, you said, how long does it take typically?
You can't.
It's never ending.
Yeah.
I mean, because that's the thing. You have to have it done at a certain. Do you like to have it done like a week before you open?
No,
or,
it's the day before.
Okay, got it. That like
It is
adrenaline
it is midnight.
We gotta get this done.
It is 2
Oh
o'clock
my
in the
gosh,
morning.
yes.
Yeah.
I feel that. I'm a theater person. I feel that you got to get stuff done last minute.
Oh, absolutely. Friday, before we open, Nick and his crew came over. He owns NTK Excavation. He brought his entire crew over to help me on the haunt side, the house side, to get cleaned up so I could get open over there.
Very cool.
And that was down to the last minute.
Not to say that there wasn't a lot of work already put into it, but it's like,
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know, sometimes you can almost, you start these projects and you get too many going and it's just like, well, maybe I bit off a little bit more than I could chew to get this stuff actually wrapped up for the day. And we used to have the first weekend was kind of like a soft opening.
Okay.
There was a lot less.
Right. It's not advertised.
There was a lot less people showing up the first weekend. And then COVID happened and that really changed the first weekend ordeal. Because we were one of the only attractions that were open, were outdoor things.
Yes.
And
Everybody
And
wanted
everybody,
to get out.
they needed to get out. They
Yes.
needed to do something.
yeah, we expected nobody to show up.
Wow.
And we got absolutely hammered.
Whoa.
We
Well,
had
good for you though, because I mean,
everything ready for COVID. All the 6-foot markers.
Yeah.
We were sterilizing the tractors every trip in and out. It was-
Yeah,
it was a lot, right?
We had everything set up.
Yes.
But yeah, it was a time. There was so many people, and like the general population, I think, didn't really even care about it. at that point. They were
they just wanted to be outside.
They were over
and
it,
I
you
think
know,
if people were outside, they were like, I'm outside.
Yeah. So they weren't
that
too
was
concerned.
that was definitely a experience, I would say. I think there's many other words I'd like to say for that as well, but it was a rough time. Well, scary because I think a lot of people genuinely were like, whoa, I don't know about you, but I read about Spanish flu and all these other things in history, and you're like, is that going to be us? Like, those guys walking around with the long, when they had I think it was in Paris.
The plague doctors.
The plague doctors that had those like kind of crow-looking masks. How long is the maze? Is there is it like a mile, or is it, how long is it?
I don't think we've actually measured this year. Years previous, right around a mile.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I heard that from someone, but I wanted to ask you.
If you take every correct turn, it's about a half a mile, but there's about a mile's worth of trail out there.
Yeah, it's close to, 15 acres, give or take. Some are bigger, some are smaller.
Yeah. So we have many different elements that happen, right? You have the haunted house, you have the maze, and then there's a hayride too, right? Mm-hmm. Does that take you to the maze, or how does that work?
Yeah, that's correct.
That takes you to the maze. So when so you've made your plans, and you're like, okay, on this day we're starting. Like, where do you start? Do you start like in the haunted house? Do you have groups of people obviously that are doing specific things? Like, I know the maze is kind of your thing. I feel like you're all over the place. Probably
the maze is Jamie and I.
Okay,
so we run around the maze. Jamie runs it one direction, and I work it backwards. Okay, because Jamie is scaring, but he's more keeping track of the actors. I mean, we both are, but Jamie's very much excellent at keeping track of the actors. He remembers all their names. Somehow, I can't do it.
And where they're supposed to be.
Wow.
Yeah. Like, I know where I know where they're supposed to be, but I mean, Jamie and I, they have spots.
Yeah, I just met you three, and I'm like, tell me your names again. Like,
I'm
terrible with names.
Yeah, he'll be like, oh, Caleb, and I'll be like, give me a costume. Which costume is he? He's
yeah.
Right.
And how many actors do you say you have in the maze? How many?
82 this year.
You got 82 in the maze.
In the maze.
Mm-hmm.
And this year you had to turn away. Deborah told me you had to turn people away because there's so many people show up to be a part of this entire.
Right. Yeah.
We have a wait list this year.
That's exciting. Yeah. And then in the haunted house, how many actors do you have? And
we have 32, but there's some people that can't show up on Friday because of the football games. So we run a staff of roughly 26 to 28.
Okay.
Each night.
And what's the process of doing that? They show up, do you have them like scare you? Do they come in costumes? Like what?
Sometimes they come in costumes. Sometimes we help them with costumes.
Okay.
We have makeup and a makeup artist that helps them get into makeup, and we have different costumes that we can try and arrange for different areas. It depends. We're a little bit different than they are, where they're 100% of the same, be in the field. Mm-hmm. Like this year, the entire house is set up for Alice in Wonderland scares. And then outside of the house, we have two big trailers, big sea trailers. One's a zombie. Another one's a coal miner.
Ooh,
and then we have vortex tunnels.
And the third is also the Krampus trailer.
Yeah, the Krampus trailer.
Oh my gosh, you have a Krampus trailer?
And then we have the vortex tunnels. We each have one. We got out of Ohio 2 years ago, so they have a vortex tunnel. We have one.
What's a vortex tunnel?
It's a tunnel that you walk through. It's a big.
Oh, and it spins while you walk through.
Yes,
I remember that. Doesn't Kennywood have something like that?
I'm sure they do. It's a wonderful. It's the prop I've wanted since the very beginning.
That's cool. It is in Noah's Ark.
Yeah.
I remember walking on the whale's tongue, right?
So ours is actually like a little more trippy, so to speak. It's like really hard to like. I walk through it now, and we got to walk.
We're gonna get it on camera.
10 times a night.
It's neon lights with everything.
Yeah, and by the time you're through it, you're like leaning. You're like, gosh.
Yeah, amazing.
And then we got a 30 by 50 foot tent that we went to Fairplay, Maryland. Raven's Eye Manor was a big haunted house down there, and they unfortunately had to close. So Nick had sent. We do a lot of Facebook Marketplace to find props and things, and Nick had sent this ad over to his mother and said, what do you think about this? So Deb sent it over to me, and she said, take a look at this. And that's how we started with that. So we went down with his big trucks, and they hauled everything back up, and we reconstructed a 30 by 50 foot 3D optical illusion maze where you wear chroma depth glasses, and it's Nobody in the area has this. It is
pretty
so
impressive.
cool.
That's cool.
It
Yeah.
worked
Yes.
out very well. It's
Yeah,
giant
it
black
really
lights. I mean,
did.
it's a 30 by 50, 1,500 square foot black light room.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
pretty interesting.
That's really cool. And this year, the theme is, you said Alice in Wonderland, and you change up the theme every single year.
Yeah.
When do you start deciding on that? Do you guys have like meetings? Do you sit at this table and drink beer and talk?
Well,
talk
yeah.
shop?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We talk all the time with, anything and everything and different ideas. And usually that side of the road, these guys do the theme. I believe it was Lynn Black that came up with the theme this year with the Alice in Wonderland, which was a change because we typically don't do that.
Yeah.
She had talked about doing one of the rooms downstairs, and these guys, I think it was Greg, took the idea and ran with it.
Right.
And turned everything into Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah. And he just told Jamie, hey, Alice in Wonderland. And the mastermind himself just draws out the whole picture. And it's like an actual picture that we draw on the maze.
Oh, it's amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Like if you fly over top of it, it's...
Has anyone done that? Has anyone flown over it?
Every year.
You got drone footage of it?
No, we don't use drones because we're too close to the airport. So we have to watch how
The
high we
fly
go.
zone, yes. With a drone, you can only go so high with, especially near the airport. Yeah.
Yeah, but Greg's friends with a bunch of the helicopter pilots over at the airport, so they fly over and get us pictures multiple times a year, actually.
Wow,
And
that's
it's
awesome.
undeniable. When you look at these pictures, you know exactly what it is. I mean, he's got it down to an inch. It's amazing.
That's
How you
remarkable.
can tell exactly you have 3 items stacked this year.
Yeah, this year, the top of the maze is the head of the Queen of
Let me
Hearts,
see. Shut up. That's what that looks like?
and the center is the Cheshire Cat, and the bottom is the tea kettle.
What? Holy crap. I'm going to say crap, but I want to say something else. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow.
We've
So-
done some Jamie's done
Intricate.
some very intricate
Yes.
stuff.
Wow, you are so talented. I mean, can I ask you, like, what did you do before this?
By trade, I'm a machinist.
Okay.
But there was a gentleman years ago that used to do the design work. His name is Pete Christ. He since passed in 2015. So had a lot of learning from Pete, and I guess from our standpoint, it's we have to have a certain flow through the maze. You still want to make it a maze so people can get turned around and, but like there's certain distances we need to keep between trails so people don't cut through the corn and that sort of thing. But
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
Pete's last maze was 2015. He just passed a couple years ago.
correct.
We did a tribute to him, put his initials in the maze because he was one of the founding fathers of the
Yeah.
maze. Him and my dad and
He put a
Jamie.
lot of work and
Yeah.
experience.
Yeah, his family as well too.
That's really special. And when you're coming up with the new idea, so I don't know, you guys say you sit around and talk. Is there anything that maybe you've had in mind that you've never done for any specific reason? And you don't have to say what it is, because obviously I don't want you to say what it is if you've never done it and you want to do it. But
The only
it does,
one
I don't know if that question makes sense. I just kind of threw that at you. But, sometimes we have these ideas, and I've had ideas before where I just keep thinking about it for a while, and then one day I say it out loud, and then all this stuff starts to happen. I'm like, this is
That was my
happening. Like,
idea.
yeah, exactly.
the one or two that come to my mind. Nick's Aunt Jody has always wanted to do Children of the Corn, and
Please.
we've never done that one.
Mm-hmm.
The one that I
my gosh,
revert back
what?
to every now and again is I would love to do a Pink Floyd maze at some point with like the walking hammers and like
Yes.
Dark Side of the Moon type thing.
Absolutely.
That would be cool.
If you did that, you
That
could
would
even
be.
kind of do. Was it Pink Floyd with the Wizard of Oz? Did you ever hear about that? If you play it,
Right.
we did that in college. I think it's the third lion roar. You play the record,
Dark Side of the Moon to it.
and then whenever she walks into Neverland, I'm talking about Peter Pan now. I'm jumping all over the spectrum.
Well, it's Alice in
Maybe I
Wonderland,
do.
so
Maybe I do
they
need
might
a
have-
beer. Actually, my boss is probably like, no.
Full service bar, you
Yeah,
name
yeah.
it, we'll get it.
I'll get as soon as we're done. I'm getting one of those.
It's called creativity in a glass.
This is water. It really is though. It's whenever she gets to Munchkinland, the money song plays, and it almost immediately goes, has that ching ching, and
Oh,
she opens
yeah.
the door, and it's like money, and then the color comes in, and you're like, what? This is wild. I don't know, because I could be your Wicked Witch, because I'll show you my Wicked Witch costume if you want to see it. I've won,
Wear it Friday.
and I can do the voice.
Yeah.
So if you need someone to fly in on a broom, I got it all. I got the airbrush and everything. So, anyways, hey,
Yeah.
I can't wait to come to those. Children of the Corn would terrify me.
That would be good.
Terrifying. But
We've done all kinds of
yeah.
themes. We've done dragons. We've done spider webs. We've done. We did Jeepers Creepers.
Oh, yeah.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
That was a good one.
I know when your mom said that, I thought that's hilarious.
You did the farmer with the tractor.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah,
good.
we did a farmer pulling a hay wagon.
Ghostbusters.
Yeah, Ghostbusters was last year.
Oh, yeah.
That was good.
We've
That's a
done
good one.
Yeah.
Jack in the Boxes. We've done trains. We did a moonshine still one year.
Mm-hmm.
That was neat. The way you guys did that with the what was the copper tubing?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And that year, I thought was probably more different than any year because normally the tractor path is more or less the same. It changes a little bit from year to year, but not as extreme as what the maze does. But that year we told a story as they went out the tractor path. Like you started off with your farmer coming in with the combine to harvest the grain, and then that went to the next guy, and then they had a police chase where a guy took off on an ATV and he was being chased by a police car, and then they got around to like the West Virginia moonshine shack, and the actor would kick the door down and shoot a shotgun at you and tell him to get out of here.
Oh, yeah. My buddy Kevin would kick the door open, it'd slam open, and he actually had a 12-gauge shotgun loaded with blanks.
Yeah,
obviously,
yeah.
and he would actually fire it off.
Wow.
And I mean, it would really get people.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah,
I bet you some people had accidents. I mean,
He would
Oh,
shoot
that
him into
happens all the
55
time.
I was going to
drum.
say, does that happen?
Absolutely.
Standard.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, is it really?
Oh,
I was
yes.
kind of joking,
Oh my
but
gosh, yes.
wow.
I can't count how many wet pants I've sent home. I can't even count.
Well, you might be sending wet pants home on Friday. I don't know. I'll probably
I'm
be left.
talking hundreds.
Wow,
Yeah.
really?
Oh,
And you're like,
yeah, easy.
oh well.
What are you gonna do?
They need like a card. You can give them like a little stamp or something. Remember when we used to do the
Yeah.
Book It Club at Pizza Hut? Give them a sticker.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. If you wet your pants 10 times, I'll get you a free hoodie.
Yeah, I'll get you a free beer. You get a free beer if you wet your pants 10 times at the Beacon.
Beacon shorts.
Yeah, right? Yeah. Let's find a sponsor. Get you a bunch of the first 100 people to wet their pants get a free pair of trousers. That's funny.
I'm sure we can find a sponsor for that somewhere.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm sure to put their logo on, and then you put the haunt right above it and the
Yeah.
beacon. Oh yeah, we'll make that happen next year. I'll get on that. I'll get on that for you. I'll probably get the first pair. I'm just kidding. Hopefully not. Oh man. So a funny or unexpected moment, and it could be, I don't know, while creating, while setting up, while even just any other time of the year. Any good stories there?
The one that comes to the one that comes to mind for me, like I was telling you, the kids all grew up here, and my husband he has since passed, but he was alive at the time, and the family, I have 2 daughters and a son. Well, my son played junior football, so he was a Spartan, Saxburg Spartans, and after practice on Friday night, he would come, and he was a distraction. And we had a picket fence, and he would work in a haunted house, and it was a corner, and Ben Hutchinson would always take good care of him. And he would be the scarer. And it was set up so that Dalton all he needed to do was sit by this fence, and when somebody would come, he would start with a stick, and it would go across the picket fence. So as the night went on, he went slower and slower, and then when he fell asleep, Ben would drag him over and lay him down by the gravesite, and he looked dead because he would sleep just like with his arms to his side. So after we all got shut down and we're all down at the fire, everybody signs out at the end of the night. We're all at the fire, and we start looking around, and
Oh no.
where's Dalton? Here we locked him in the graveyard, pitch black.
Oh my gosh.
Everybody
And he was
started
sleeping.
running. Oh, sound asleep, thank God. Mother of the Year here. We finally got him out. He had no idea that he was the only one there, and it's in the basement downstairs, so it is dark as can be.
Okay, he was inside. I got it. Now
In the graveyard.
Oh my gosh. And he was just sleeping and you
Sound
guys all
asleep.
came running.
Yep.
Did it wake him up when you came running or?
Well, barely.
Okay.
Good sleeper.
Wow. Can you imagine though?
Ooh, yeah, no.
So that's whenever we clear the maze at the end of the night, Jamie and I clear our maze very systematically, very, and I mean we've caught a couple actors, on the slow nights at the end, they might be just sitting there kind of dozed off, it might be lately our last wagon leaves at 10 o'clock, but it wasn't always like that. I mean, we used to be scaring at 11:30, 12 o'clock at night. So, you might, on a slow night, there was somebody might nod off and you'd be like, clearing the maze, you're like, whatever. Tyler, I know you're in here. Who was the one kid that was always falling asleep?
Was it Mike Alcantara or Austin?
Oh, Austin.
Give us the full name. Let's call him out. No, I'm just kidding. Last name.
Why not?
Yeah.
His parents are. No, I'm just kidding. That's funny.
Oh, we got him.
Yeah.
But yeah. And he's now. I mean, he was a younger kid whenever he was scaring here, and then he was dishwasher for us for a little while, and now he just walked in the bar the other day. Ordered a beer, and I looked at him. I said, "What are you doing?" I was like, I'm 21 now, and I was like, "Oh, jeez."
Isn't that wild when someone comes into a bar and they order a drink, and you're like, "Hold on,
And you watched them grow up. Yeah.
you're not old enough for that." No, the crazy part is when the kids I used to babysit. I grew up in Mount Chestnut on Eagle Mill, and I used to babysit them. Was going to their weddings.
Oh, my.
Like when I went to their wedding, and I'm still single. I've never been married. I don't have kids. That's not by choice. That's a whole nother podcast. We don't need to get into that. It's fine. It's great. It's awesome. But when Neil was getting married, I remember sitting there and my mom, and I was like, don't do it. Don't say it. Don't say anything to me. I know you're going to say something. I know you're looking at all the single guys at this wedding. I'm not picking someone up at this wedding. Okay. But that's my story. I don't know why I just went off on a tangent there. Okay. Let's move on. So the whole family and staff are involved. I mean, obviously you guys, you say your staff and friends, but your family, it seems
yes.
like you're absolutely family. And
Definitely.
I don't know. I love that about growing older. I think that's one of the things is, you have your family, right? You have your family circuit, but then your family just continues to grow as more people come into it. I've always kind of had that feeling when I've come here. I've been here a couple of times we've had some parties in this room, in this space. I've never played pool here though, but I do like to play pool. So I don't know.
Well,
is there still a pool league?
tonight is Monday Night Pool League. So whenever we get done here, Jamie and I and my father run Pool League. Jamie's been doing in Pool League for how many years now?
23.
Dad's been doing Pool League for 33 years.
Whoa.
So
every Monday
Monday night in-house.
How many pool tables do you have?
2.
You have 2 pool tables. So how does it work? Like how many teams go? Do they play and then?
It's all singles. So we actually put 2 people. We have a whole schedule. You never play the same person twice per season. We pitch in $5 a night, and it's best of 3. And we keep the stats the whole way through the season. And at the end,
That's cool.
It gets kind of competitive towards the end.
Oh,
Yeah,
well, yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
It's every game counts, so it's best of.
Do you play pool?
Not here.
Okay. Why? Because you're really good and you just don't want to
Working on the haunt.
Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense. What's your pool season? Like what?
So we normally run first Monday of football season when it airs on TV through Christmas. We'll take a break for a week or 2 around Christmas, and then we play again till Easter, roughly.
Oh, cool.
Two 15-week halves.
Okay. Well, I don't know. I might have to check that out.
Yeah, come on.
I'm not great.
Second half starts in January. Well, you don't have to be great to shoot. There's a lot of amateurs that are shooting. I mean, we're all amateurs. Let's be real. But there's some that are. I personally really enjoy seeing somebody start out that really hasn't played much pool at all, and I invite them into league. I'm like, look, we're not super competitive, so it's a good place to learn. Mm-hmm. And then Wednesdays here is free pool. So, if you shoot pool on Monday and then you practice on Wednesday and then you wind up coming in on a Friday or Saturday night, well, now you're shooting pool 3 nights a week and you will get better. Mm-hmm. And that's my favorite thing to see pool shots get better throughout the year. I really, really enjoy that. Yeah. I mean, we've taught a lot of people how to shoot pool.
Okay.
Right.
Well, I might have to come check it out.
Yeah. And it's co-ed. And I mean, it's everybody from 21 years to, I don't know what the oldest we would have.
I think it's probably
In the
70s,
60s.
60s,
Yeah.
70s. Yeah. So
It's just a fun league. We always have a dinner special on Mondays. So it's a good place to come, have a beer or two, have a sandwich, and play some pool.
It's very community. I mean, I definitely have that. That's another reason why I wanted to talk to you. And, you know, when I came in today, thought I was going to talk to your mom, Deborah. And she's like, I don't want to be on. Nobody wants to hear from me. I'm like, that's fine. Whoever wants to talk to me, I'm down with that. But the time that you all put in and like just the dedication and the details and everything that you put into it, what is your favorite part when you do see people like coming here and enjoying themselves? Like, if you could describe how that makes you feel, because that has to be a really good feeling whenever you put so much effort into putting something together so unique every single year. If you were to say in like one sentence how it makes you feel personally, I mean, 16 years of literally creating what you just showed me in that picture, that's
For me, the reason...
that's like award-winning stuff right there.
Yeah, the reason I
Seriously.
do it every year is the actors. I've watched some of these kids from 4 or 5 years old grow up. I mean, when my wife and I are out on the town, we go somewhere for dinner. These kids from years past will come up and shake your hand or hug you, and you know, we try to be a positive influence on them. And we've actually had a couple come up and thank us for the influence we had on them. I know just recently, within the last 4 or 5, 6 weeks ago, I had a kid come up, shake my hand, thank me. You know, he's kind of a troubled teen back then, and said that the way that we interacted with him changed him for the positive. I know Nick actually hired him on a summer or two ago for his company and let him work for the summer for him, you know.
And that's a really good job for a young man to have too, because what time do you start your day sometimes? Do you start early with excavating?
yeah, I mean, it depends. Sometimes it's 4 a.m., sometimes it's 8 a.m., sometimes it's, you know, our typical day starts at 7:30.
Yeah.
I let my guys kind of do their own scheduling for the most part. You know,
Yeah.
I'm flexible.
Yeah. And not to say that you have to get up at 4 a.m. to be, but that definitely teaches you something when you have to get up early and be at a job and you have a job to get done that someone's hired you for. That's just such a good, I mean, when my dad was still alive, he had a construction company, and that was the thing. My dad would be up till midnight doing whatever needed to get done, and he'd be out the door and gone to work before we were even out of bed for school. So I definitely recognize that. And I don't have a lot of respect for people who, you know, do that kind of work. So thank you for that. I don't know, what can you say? And then we're going to go to Nick.
A lot has to do with the actors. And what's really nice is when they come back year after year. A lot of times the kids start in the haunted house and then they work their way out to the field. But it's nice to see people coming back year after year. And we get a lot of adults that work here. And when I say work, they're playing. They're having more fun than the kids half the time.
Yeah.
It's just so fun to scare and to see people's reactions and to hear the screams and the laughter. You know, it's neat to be able to entertain behind a mask.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have a lot of fun with that. And it's really nice to see people having fun. And when they come out, you ask them, what was your favorite part? And, you know, for people to say, oh my gosh, XYZ was my favorite part. And
that differs person to person.
Yeah, exactly. And they'll say, what's new this year? Or former actors will come and say, oh my gosh, I just went through and I really love what they did out in the maze with this. And when did you guys put in that 3D maze? And like just different things like that. That's a lot of fun. For people to start recognizing it's impossible to count the hours we put in. That's just a personal preference. That we just enjoy it. But it's neat to be recognized when people notice the little things that we do.
I think that's what separates us from most haunted houses is the fact that, much to our own demise, we change things so much every year. It generates a lot of work.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But it is, Yeah, that might be. But we rebuild. The maze is completely different every year. The haunted house changes rooms very much every year. So it's not the same. Not to discredit our competitors and the work that they do.
Yeah.
But we rebuild. I mean, even, big name players down in Pittsburgh. I like to go and check other haunted houses. I patronize other haunted houses and see what they got going on. And I know they're over here checking us out and everything. I mean, I just like to enjoy somebody else's craft.
Yes.
But and just enjoy it, not work it.
Yes.
But you go back and it's kind of the same. They might have something new, something here, oh, that's cool, but then somebody comes over here and I know they got to be like, wow. These guys completely rebuilt this every year.
Yes.
So,
well, I was a theater major. I had a professional career, and you guys are like, you're like theater people. This is like,
don't tell anybody.
This is, I knew you were going to say something like that. I knew he was going to be like, I don't want anybody to know.
Yeah. I'm not a geek, but he is.
But it's, well, yeah, I'm a geek too. I mean,
you got to be a little weird.
You got to be a little weird, right?
Have to be pretty weird.
Yeah. I think it is the fact, to your point, Nick, that, a lot of times you'll go to a haunted house and you have the haunted house, right?
Right.
But I feel like you guys have all these other elements.
Continually expand more and more and more. And we've already started, I'm so sorry, we've already started talking about any problem areas that we had that we felt that we could probably utilize. Well, we could put a little more line over there and we could start, and where we can build out a little bit further. Nick loves when I do this. I know he's cringing. I don't even have to look at him.
He's like, we're not even through this season yet.
Right.
Yeah.
So we try and expand every year. We lengthen a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more with, and like he was saying, the entire bottom, the basement was completely turned this year. Lynn Black and her crew, they completely changed everything. And then Faye and Mark, Sabina, they helped me out on the other half. And we completely changed everything there. Stacy Smith, she came over and helped. Brett and Stefafa, they helped downstairs. Nick's wife, Sarah, and her girlfriend, Stephanie, they came and they took over projects that were completely their own. And it just all came together where everybody was really trying to do as much as they could to make something their own, but yet
it was the
came
theme
together
this year.
Beautifully.
Yeah, the theme this year, I mean, the Alice in Wonderland's very, I almost want to say cohesive. It's almost the most cohesive theme we've ever had. Bill and Sarah out in the cornfield, they did a huge Alice in Wonderland out in the cornfield that you walk through with the tunnel and everything out there, black lights, lasers, and whatnot. Heath and his family, they've got, the dinner there. I don't want to spoil it for anybody.
Oh yeah, I'm going to be there Friday. I can't wait.
You'll hear him. Welcome to our terrible feast.
Oh,
and then you'll get some surprise. You'll get some surprises whenever after he says that. So
it'll all be on camera too. I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to flip it around a little bit if I can.
There you go. Everybody brings their talents. Brett and Stefafa's, it's Stephanie with an F. Their daughter, Stevelin, she is amazing with the art. She did so many with art. She did so many things downstairs, painting. That just everybody did what they could. My kids came and helped.
Move you up just a little bit. Go ahead.
Okay, my kids came and helped with what they could do.
Yeah.
One of the rooms in the 3D maze is underwater scene. And my daughter, Jessie, she came, and her boyfriend, Ryan, he was painting also.
Very cool.
Yeah, my daughter, Cody, she turned the train that my brother-in-law built into a steampunk train. So it's a collaborative effort from everybody that comes together.
I mean, it's such a huge thing. I know my cousin brought her daughter on Friday every year. They always have their night. They pick their beacon night. They're like, oh, we can't that night. That's when we go to the beacon.
There you go.
Every year. And she brings friends. And was talking to her about it. And to me, that's huge. They live in Cranberry.
Oh, okay.
And to me, you're taking demographic from Cranberry and they're coming here to Butler. You guys have,
close.
You guys have people coming. That's what I was just about to ask you.
That's
to
close.
Me,
yeah.
I I'm ignorant to everything, right? I'm sitting here and I'm totally blown away. I've moved back to Butler 3 years ago, and I'm sitting here internally kicking myself. I'm like, why haven't I been coming? Every year I've had something where I haven't been able to come. But I also know, like, I didn't make a point to really
5
come.
weekends.
I
Out of
I
5
know.
weekends,
I know.
you couldn't make one day. One day
That's
for
what
us.
I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So now that's why I wanted to do this, because when I was thinking about what I wanted to do, I'm like, oh, I want to do something. I was like, I gotta get to the Beacon. I was like, I brought it up in our department head meeting, and Keith was like, here's Deborah's number, and I'm like, Deborah. He's like, yeah, and I was like, okay, thanks. And I was calling a number, and it kept ringing busy, and I was blowing up Keith's inbox. I was like, yo, I need another phone number. I have to get through. I was like, I'm about to drive up there. Why haven't I done this? So I apologize that I haven't been here. But tell me, have you talked to guests, and what would you say is the farthest that someone's probably come here?
We have a family that comes from Florida every year.
Yes. Are you serious? That's awesome.
Yeah, they get on a plane and come up every year.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So what's their story? I mean, what was it that?
I think they originally lived in this area and moved down there, and
Okay.
yeah, just make it a point to come visit family during October so they can do that.
I mean, come on, that's like Disneyland level.
Yeah.
Seriously, if you think about it,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
that's
Right.
I know we have a previous actor that drives up from South Carolina every year to go through too.
mm-hmm. Yeah.
someone that used to work. They come up to walk to go through.
Yeah.
Okay.
Visit with family while they're here, but yeah, they come up. They make a point to come every year.
Good buddy of mine. Yeah, he always drives up.
Are there like, I don't know, can you submit yourself for any type of like awards for? Have you won awards for?
Well,
Have you ever?
I have a sister and brother-in-law that came from Australia this year and went through.
Okay, that's the farthest. Australia.
I think so. But typically,
Their
like,
toilets swirl the other way, don't they?
They do. But like Moon Township, Washington, PA, a lot of Pittsburgh. The one night we were collecting zip codes just to have some fun. Like, hey, where did you go? And local, a lot of locals. But I mean, it's amazing how far people do come, and they'll be here. And I always say, hey, have you ever been here before? So many people be like, oh, I was here last week. It's amazing how many people come back same season and just love it.
Yeah, they're like, oh, this is so great. They go home and bring a different group of friends or bring their family.
Yeah.
Or like, I'm here with my family. This time I'm coming with my friends. I mean, last week we had, this couple, they wound up being on one of our last wagons, and they're like, oh, this is our second time through. And I was like, oh, were you here last week? They're like, no, we went through like 2 hours ago. But we were in
another ticket.
Yeah, we were in a
awesome.
big group of people, and we wanted to experience it, just the two of us. So they literally, I'm like, so you guys just went and bought a ticket like it was that good? And they're like, oh yeah, totally worth it.
That's got to make you guys feel so good.
Yeah.
And it should make you feel good because you've put so much into it. I mean, I'm sure there's those moments, and I know that there's those moments where you're like, I'm going to kill everybody here. I'm going to like lose my mind. I'm running out of this place. I'm out of here. I mean, yes, when you put so much into something and so much time and you almost exhaust yourself. I mean, you were talking about finishing something the night before. It's almost like, is it fallen? Oh, it's fallen. Great. That's my fault. Here. Let me hold this for a second. Yeah. Oh, what did I do? I don't think I...
Yeah, so we get, there's a lot of times you really enjoy it, and then some people that don't appreciate it, you get some unruly teenagers or whatever, that are being buttheads, not using appropriate language, something, that, we're able to sit here and restrain ourselves from using some foul language, but some people just physically cannot do it. And so that gets a little aggravating when we put a lot of time into something and have, something like that get disrespected. But then on the other hand, you get a lot of people that, I walk around in a trench coat and a cowboy hat and a shovel, and
let them see you in that, and be like, "Oh, now you want to mess around?
Yeah.
Get your friend with a shotgun."
Yes,
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, so I'm 6'4", and you put a cowboy hat on, and you're pretty intimidating out there.
I'm sure.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
Yeah, so you throw, and so I smack the shovel off the ground and whatnot. And
I love that.
And it really feels good whenever somebody's like looking at you and you can see the fear in their eyes, and
yes.
It really gets you going, and they're like, and they look at you and go, "You're good at your job." Like sometimes some dude will be like, all right, dude, that was a good one. And when somebody called me, that's our craft, you know.
And you're like, I know, I'm good.
Yeah.
I know. That's why I'm one of the people in charge. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I had one time, we have some chainsaws out there.
Oh,
you know. So this group just gets scared by the chainsaws, and I'm right around the corner with my shovel. And they reacted to the chainsaw, but they didn't freak out that much.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm like, all right, you know, this isn't going to be crazy. And I jump out with my shovel and I smack it off the ground, and this lady starts freaking out, you know. And I'm like, and she screams. She goes, that guy's got a shovel. And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, and she explained to me why she was so afraid of it. She goes, chainsaws run out of gas, shovels don't.
Good point.
And I just thought it was the funniest thing that this lady's like logically thinking.
Yes, her logic was that the shovel was scarier than the chainsaw.
Because eventually, I mean, like, you could still hit somebody with the chainsaw, but in her mind,
the shovel was
if
worse.
she ran long enough, the chainsaw was going to run out of gas. But
that's funny.
yeah, so I proceeded to chase them at a dead run through the cornfield as they were screaming for dear life. You know.
Are you going to be in the cornfield on Friday?
Definitely.
Oh gosh.
I will see you.
He'll find you.
Oh, I know.
I'll probably make it a point to see you twice.
Oh, gosh. Jordan Grady's going to be hiding behind me. His girlfriend was like, he's probably going to hide behind you. I was like, oh, great. Awesome. And I'll probably just be laughing and screaming and like, I don't even know what. And we already talked about me peeing my pants. So
And at
we'll
6'4", he is the third tallest in the maze.
Mm-hmm.
the third tallest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's guys out there that are bigger than me, taller than me.
Oh, wow.
And we talk about the kids a lot, but it's not just kids. There's a lot of adults.
Well, yeah, you were saying how scary the kids can be.
Well,
And
I mean,
really
yeah.
didn't think about that until Jamie, you had brought that up before.
Yeah, they absolutely. I think the kids technically scare more than some of the adults do.
Yeah. Well, when we
people
talk
weren't
about kids,
expecting
we're
that.
talking teenagers,
Yeah.
not. Although we do have
yeah.
a couple little ones who I know you guys have a couple little ones working with the adults.
Yeah, he was saying there's a couple that are like shorter. They're
I think the youngest we have is 8 this year. 8 years old.
Yeah, they come out with their parents, and like it's a family thing for them, and they you know, but he honestly he's killing it. He's new this year, and I mean he's out there running around because you can't see him running through the corn. He's just too short, and then all of a sudden he's like.
He's right
He's
there.
Right
like
beside
there.
you.
Oh my gosh. Are they wearing like, there are a lot of like scary masks, or I know you said you have makeup artists too. So is it a mix of kind of like makeup and masks?
It's a complete mix.
Yeah,
yes.
total blend.
I'd have to think. I don't know. I watched scary movies as a kid. I never had any crazy nightmares. I had one Freddy Krueger nightmare once when I was a kid, but the nightmare that I always used to have was actually Miss Piggy.
Oh,
Interesting.
good to know.
I mean, you
can
might see
arrange
a
that
pig
for Friday.
mask out there.
Miss Piggy. It was very random, and I would wake up. Well, because her eyes are so, you know what I mean. And did you ever see her in any of the Muppet movies where she'd be like, and she'd start running like Muppets in Manhattan when she was chasing that guy in the roller skates when he stole her purse? Do you remember that?
Yep.
In Central Park.
Yep.
And she's chasing that guy, and her face. I would have a nightmare about Miss Piggy chasing me. She had a shopping cart. It was very strange. I don't know. Anyways.
Shopping cart
That's
by
probably
Friday,
the
right?
biggest downside of the business is the amount of nightmares that we've probably given people.
I'm sure the
Probably
amount of people that are sleeping
in
with
the
lights on.
thousands
Yes.
and thousands. You know.
I can't imagine. I think yes, I would love to be in a haunted house, and I already told Deborah this, that next year I might show up. And my cousin's niece wants to be in it. She's like, "Oh, please do a haunted house with me." And I was like, "All right, let's check it out next year. Let's show up, see what we can do."
The more the merrier.
Yeah.
But you do get kids that go through there and they're terrified. And we have, you know, a word, you know, we have, if you say beacon, the actors are supposed to stop. So they stop.
You say beacon 3 times.
Yes. And they
And they're
stop.
supposed to freeze.
Yeah. And they'll depending on the severity on how scared the kid is, they're trained, take their mask off. Be like, oh, hey, look, you know, little Tim,
okay.
little Susie, you know, if they're crying and sobbing hysterically, you know, we'll take care of them. We're not.
And they get walked out.
You know, yeah.
Well, I love
Yeah.
that. Yes, it's a haunted house, you know, and it's got to be hard to find that balance when people are walking through. You don't know these people personally, right?
No,
You don't
right.
know them when they're walking through. you don't know if they're screaming because they're having such a good time or they're genuinely terrified.
Oh,
but
you
you're
can
also,
tell the difference.
But
Yeah,
oh,
yeah,
you can.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
whenever
You're like, we can.
Oh yeah, no, I mean they hit the.
I should
they
know.
Hit,
You
they,
have. Yeah.
They hit the ground. I mean, they'll be laying on the ground,
Wow.
screaming,
Oh, man.
terrified
Oh,
in the
yeah.
fetal position, and sometimes you stop, sometimes you don't.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. You're like,
Your
All right,
job
but-
is to
If
scare.
they're
Yeah.
small, if they're a small child, obviously like, oh, okay, sorry, I got you too good. But if it's a
Yes.
grown adult, that's what you paid for.
yes.
Like you paid me to do this to you.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. You guys really have such a wonderful thing going on here. And there's so many other things that you do year round as well. So any of those things we want to touch on real quick?
Oh my gosh! Well, Wingfest is huge here. The first Sunday of June every year.
Yeah.
We had so many different wing vendors that came out this year, and it's a one price. You pay one price, and you get the chance to taste 3 different kind of wings. And what we had probably 10 or 12 different restaurants.
We had 10 restaurants and vendors last year, so that's 3 flavors from each. So that's 30 flavors of wings that you try.
Endless. You can go back for more.
Yeah. So
And they're like wings, right?
so
None of this boneless stuff, right?
correct.
No,
correct.
these are real.
So they're-
Thank you.
So we do.
I figured. I just had to let everybody know.
Yeah, they are not boneless
Don't
wings.
tell me
They are
boneless wings.
They are
Sorry.
the wing. They are the wing dings. The pieces. Now we serve jumbo wings here.
Yeah.
I'm strictly a jumbo wing person. But we did have to change it because nobody can eat 30 jumbo wings.
Oh no, yeah.
So we went to the wing dings because it was just too much waste.
Yeah.
Because it's a sauce competition more than it is like the actual wing itself.
Okay.
Some people do smoke their wings. I mean, we got all kinds of different flavors of wings. There's best overall, hottest, and most original. So we have all different restaurants and bars locally that show up for it, and we've had all different kinds of flavors. Last year, my wife made a sweet Thai chili wing that wound up taking best in
It was really good.
most original.
Yeah.
It was like a coconut sweet.
I love coconut.
Yeah, you wouldn't have thought it would have been as good as it was on a wing, but it did.
How do you? Yeah, I mean, how do you make a wing sauce? You just said coconut, so I mean, is she using like coconut milk?
It was
Obviously, I'm not asking you for the recipe.
Yeah,
but
it was like coconut shavings and some.
Yeah.
There
is wing sauce something you have to make and like does it have to like marinate for a while or sit for, or is it something you can
Depends
just
on the
make?
sauce.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
so,
some people are making their sauces weeks in advance. Some people are smoking their wings before they get here. It's all different types of sauces. And different vendors every year. And it's voted on 100% by the people. Whenever you walk in, whenever you buy a ticket, what was it last year for a ticket?
25.
25. Yeah, it was $25 for all you can eat wings.
And drinks.
And drinks.
Samples of liquors. Baston Distillery was here.
Oh yeah,
With their product, different beers.
yeah. McLaughlin Distillery was here. Miller Lite, Bud Light, Straub was here. There's tons and tons and tons of samples of different local breweries, local distilleries.
All
big
for
name.
that price.
yeah.
For $25.
Oh, that's awesome. Yes, I will be here next year.
Yeah, first Sunday in June.
I get
it's-
all these. I'm just gonna see me here all the time now. I'm just gonna start popping up. I'm gonna be like, "There's that girl again."
Yeah, we did.
Hope she doesn't have her mics this time. I'm just kidding. Sorry.
You're good.
Continue.
We did 2,900 pounds of wings.
Oh my gosh.
We cooked and served last year.
Wow.
2,900 pounds of wings. So
Okay.
it's a lot. It's like a pallet. And
Yeah.
a half.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot of wings. We have Wingfest. Obviously, we have the Haunt.
Something else we do during the haunt, every Friday night we have karaoke here.
Okay.
And with a patio and the patio bar, they're open. It's a whole new vibe whenever the month of October hits. Everybody is there's just a whole different feel. Saturday nights they run bands.
Yeah, there's live music every Saturday from fall to spring. Sundays, live acoustics on the patio during the summertime. Into spring and into early fall on the patio, whenever weather permitting. We always have live entertainment every Saturday night. We always have a band here. Wednesday before Thanksgiving, we've got a band.
Okay.
So we do, any chance we can to get live entertainment. We're one of the best places to hear a band. It's lots of wood inside, so the acoustics are really nice. Like the bands like to play here because they say, one band told me, like, if you can't sound good at the Beacon, you can't sound good anywhere.
Well, there you go. That's the true test right there, the Beacon.
Yeah. Throughout the year, they do a various amount of fundraisers.
Yeah.
This family, and I'm sure you probably don't want to hear any of this, they're very into the community. Throughout all the years, I've seen them help family after family, people that were down on their luck. They don't bring it out to anybody's attention. They've just helped people. Whenever there's been a fundraiser idea brought up, the Creelos have always gone forward with it. They did the Pan Am Games this past year or the year before, and that was for Special Olympics. And there's a check in the office, one of the big cardboard check.
Yes.
The Beacon had raised the most out of the entire area.
So I feel like that's hitting me in the chest now. Sorry. It's like pressing into your chest. Sorry.
They're really into the community.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing. There was something else. What was Deborah telling me right before we started?
Scleroderma.
Thank you.
So the first Friday of the haunt, we have been doing, I'm not sure how many bands actually played. I think there was like 20 or 30 bands actually played. They started at, I think like noon they started playing, and they played music until 9 o'clock, like 9:30. They were playing outside live music, and it all the proceeds went to kids that can't afford musical instruments. So it puts instruments in the hands of kids that couldn't afford them. So I appreciate that. I used to play string bass and whenever I was younger, and still pick it up here now and then. So it's like I know I really enjoyed it. So it's nice to see other kids be able to enjoy that.
Of course, because that's the thing too. Especially right now, I had someone on last week, Kristen Kane. She does the Ghouls for Good drive every year, and it's where people donate like old Halloween costumes and different things.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And then they get to come to I think it's the Scout Hall, the Boy Scout Hall, or Cub Scouts, the Cub Scouts, and just pick out whatever costumes they want. The kids can come.
Nice.
And they get so many costumes. And it's just, to me, it's like, that makes such a difference in someone's life. Because I can't imagine being a parent and having your kid coming to you about a Halloween costume. That's very unique. That's very special that you do something like that. Again, I don't know if I've heard of another organization that's done that around here. I'm sure that there are. So it's not me speaking from, knowing what I'm talking about.
There's plenty more spiderweb tablecloths here.
Really? I would never guess that you have more spiderweb tablecloths. I imagine it's a hot commodity. I don't know. I feel like I got a lot from all of you, but is there anything else? Jamie, do you have anything else you'd like to say or share? Are you going to be scaring me on Friday too?
Maybe a slight possibility.
I feel like my brothers are sitting here and they're like, "Oh yeah," and I'm gonna be in trouble. Okay.
Probably when you get here, you said you wanted to be like one of the first out, so I'll probably be still putting actors in, but I'll try to spin back around and find you.
You should.
Yeah.
You should. That would be fun.
Yeah.
So Jamie places the actors every night. We kind of go
there. Okay.
We kind of go through together and
got it.
Figure it out where we're gonna put them, but then. Luckily, we have Jamie to put them in through every night because.
Yeah,
we always start off the season together, Nick and I together, figuring it all out, and then once we really get rolling with it, then there's no need for both of us to be in there doing it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, because you got somebody that you can trust, like Jamie, so it's nice. It's nice to have that being able to, like, he's got it. And I have so many friends like that. Which is so fortunate because we couldn't do without the friends that I have. You got, people like the Drains that are here. They're like our technical whizzes. They got drones flying around and stuff. Justin Pint we have a giant billboard out there that he's got all these AI videos on that he's taken lyrics and turning them into spooky stuff. So you're entertained while you're in line. You're not sitting there looking at nothing. My friends, Vladdy and Byers and Bretto and all of them, they drive the tractors, and it's nice that, these guys are very intelligent as well, that, if a tractor breaks down, I know that it's in good hands. Like I can keep doing what I'm doing because I know I can trust them to do what they're doing.
Yes.
So it's nice to have a lot of like different people that you can rely on, and trust them to do their job. And I don't need to babysit.
Yeah. You got a good setup.
And that's priceless. That you can't, that's the best part about it, probably is, like our crew is, it's like, yeah, you got to trust your people, trust your crew, trust your friends and family,
Well, and all the time and dedication that you've put into putting it together, that makes it pay off even more whenever you just have the people that are showing up for you, no questions asked, right?
Oh, absolutely. That's the only way this place runs.
Yeah.
Yeah. It takes a huge amount of people that come together as a team or family.
Well, community is just like really coming through for me here with all this stuff. And
Definitely.
I know that there are people out there, because I've heard it from them, that they make this a staple every single year. And that has to say something. I mean, even your stories of, and I'm sorry, I was like, when my cousin, they're into going to Pittsburgh and doing stuff in Pittsburgh. She's like, oh, we're going to the Beacon. We're going to the Beacon. We're going to the Beacon. I was like, I have to get to the Beacon. Mm-hmm. And here I am.
It's nice.
Yes.
It's nice to bring, at least get people thinking about Butler County
Yes.
tourism.
Yes.
So Butler County Tourism and 97.7, they both sponsored us this year. They both we have a billboard for them down there. There's a bunch of other sponsors that whenever you come through, you can see their billboard up there. It's the first year we've done that, collecting, actual like sponsors. Brett kind of took that on, and that was cool, because as a community, you got to stick together. You can't be the only reason people come to Butler County. There's got to be multiple reasons to come here.
Yes.
So you come back, not just for one thing. We can't be the only thing. So we got to support other things that are happening throughout the year, to make the community grow together.
That's like, sorry, I have to give him the applause button.
Oh, absolutely. I agree.
Because I love that you said that, Nick. And knowing that you're a husband and you're a father and you're a business owner and you're all just this family here, I don't know, it makes me feel good about the future, right? Because you're obviously raising your son to have that mindset. And that's a really good point. It is a good point to let people know, like Butler County, like come to Butler County. There's so much to do here. I mean, we have Jeep Fest. When people find out that the Jeep was originated in Butler, it's like,
what?
It's like, we're those like Jeep people. I mean, I don't know. The Jeep, you know what I'm talking about? People get so blown away, but it really is such a special place. I mean, with arts and everything. And I mean, the symphony, have you guys ever been to the symphony? I went to the Ellis Island one and I was crying. I started crying. It was amazing. Like real stories. It was just really beautiful, like how it was put together with the music, and like hearing about your live music nights. There's just so many things. And that's kind of my point. I think when I first came back, when I first moved back to Butler, mentally, I was not in a great place. That's why I moved home. I needed to take care of my mental health. For me, that's why I love doing this, is meeting people and getting to know people and highlighting people who are making such a difference. And all of you really are making such a huge difference here and making this a place for people to live and to come visit. So thank you.
I'd have to say, whenever you come into the Beacon, if you come in by yourself or if you bring friends, there's always someone to talk to here. You're going to recognize somebody or someone that's sitting at the bar. They're going to talk to you. That's just the way this is. It's a community of just friendly people.
Yeah.
Any age.
Yeah, it's very true. We just had a family, this couple. I was actually at a Shane Smith and the Saints concert, and I met this couple. They were like behind us, and my wife and I are sitting at the bar, and they come in. They're like, "Oh my gosh, you guys are the guys from the concert." I'm like, "Oh yeah, right." And they're like, "Well, we live right down the road here on Browns Mill Road." And I was like, "Oh well, that guy's your neighbor." And he lives 2 houses down from you, actually. And Ribby, who helps us out all the time, he's like my dad's like right hand man, helping him every day. He's like, "Oh yeah, the blue house on the corner." That's
wow.
that's
yeah.
you know,
Yep.
and
Right.
you know, and you know, the Keegan family, they live down there, and they're like, oh yeah, the house with the brick garage, 3 doors down. It's like, that's me, you know. And so these people were just like,
What?
so
It's pretty cool, the 6 degrees of separation that just bring us all together and, you know, make us all relatable. So, yeah, you guys were awesome. That was good.
Well, thank you. You are too.
Oh, thanks. I kind of went off the rails a couple of times, but, you know.
You made this easy.
yeah, I'd say some people come in here, and you know, some people never leave.
Yeah, it's a good place. I'm really fortunate to be here, and I'm scared to be scared on Friday, but I'm excited about it. I'm excited. But that's my final answer. I'm excited. No, I really am though. So thank you. Thank you for your time. That was awesome.
Thank you.
That's part 1 of my Beacon Hotel Halloween special. And trust me, it only gets better from here. Next week, join me and Jordan Grady, president of the Butler County Chamber of Commerce, as we brave the haunt ourselves. That's right. We're taking you into the maze, the haunted house with the screams and the chaos. And you definitely don't want to miss it. Thank you for tuning in to Alter Eagle Podcast. Join me every Wednesday for a new episode. And be sure to click subscribe so you don't miss a single episode. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Alter Eagle Podcast. Until next time, stay safe, stay hopeful, stay spooky.